So hi, One Legal Noise podcast. I'm Shane.
I'm Glory.
And we're here with
Kelli Faith.
and we're gonna ask her some questions today. I'm gonna start. So what inspired you to start making music?
Wow. Life. I mean, like honestly, you know what? I think I'm mostly inspired. I think more recently, I'm inspired by love a lot. I have a really nice love life, and that really. I used to be so here, let's backtrack. I used to be in a band called Before It's Too Late. And when I was writing in that band, I was just kind of like freeballing these lyrics. I didn't feel purposeful. And then when I became a solo artist is kind of when I found my purpose as a writer. Like I started to learn that, it's inspiring to write about the things that happen in my life, whether it be love or loss, whatever it may be. That's what inspires me to write are the things that happen to me in my life. So life.
Okay. I like that answer.
Yeah. So congratulations on your newest release, Can't Get Enough. How have you felt the
Thank
response
you.
so far? Of course, yeah.
Oh, it's been really exciting, honestly. I mean, it's nice because it seems like I've been getting reactions from other like fellow musicians this time. It seems like, and people I don't really, honestly, I've never really talked to before, which is the exciting thing. It's like people are finding my song and they're listening to it and they're enjoying it and they're liking like the production and they're liking the video. It seems like so far the ball has been rolling in positive direction, so that's a really good thing.
You love to see it. So is there any meaning behind the single name or the cover art?
So Can't Get Enough. Pretty much the single name is kind of like, it's just as it sounds, like you can't get enough of something, of someone. That's kind of where it stems from. Just the idea of, not being around someone like nearly enough, as much as you want to be, or like something. It doesn't even have to be a person. And then the cover art for the single, Abby Claire, who helped get this interview as well.
Mm-hmm.
She was with me. We were doing a photo shoot, and it was funny because I was like, Abby, I really want to I want to grow up as an artist. I want to show a different side of Kelly. I want to show a side I've never shown. And she was like, you know what? Let's throw the bra on the sheet. I was like, what? This is the story. Yeah.
This is how you want to grow up. Yeah.
Okay. I was like, all right, let's do it. She's like, all right, and then we'll throw. And I was like, let's throw like rose petals on it.
Yeah.
I did like my photo shoot for that song, and that bra was like part of it, the bralette, and then she was the one who was just like, let's make it sexy, and that's kind of what happened. It turned from like a cute little concept of, I can't get enough of you to, damn.
Yeah.
She was the mastermind behind this one.
Oh yeah.
Every single Abby booked interview that we do, her name winds up coming up at some point.
Yep.
Oh, she's the best. She deserves she deserves it. Like, she's the best. She's
So
awesome.
true.
Completely
So
agree.
thankful.
Yeah. We love Abby here.
Yes.
So can you tell me a little bit about your writing process for the single?
Yeah. So this time around, it was a little different than I usually write. I was hanging out in my room. It was literally January 1st, actually, I remember. And I was playing my guitar and I came up with this chord progression, and it was just like different timing. It was kind of like a waltzy timing at first. Like it got a little faster as I like wrote it more. But I like never had done that before, and I was like, oh, this is kind of catchy. Like, what am I gonna write? So I was playing around and I didn't write any lyrics yet the first night. I kind of slept on it, and then the next morning or the next day I was like, oh, I think I know what I want to write this song about. As I go to my boyfriend's house, like I did almost every night, I was like, why don't I point fun at myself in a relationship? I released an album called 21 back in 2019. It was all about like, serious kind of love and like serious topics, but I never ever got to show my personality really in a song. Yeah. So like this was the first song I kind of took initiative to, show myself, in a like a funny kind of witty way. Like literally the first lyrics of the song are like, babe, I know I stayed the night last night, well before, hell, it's been a week, but I like,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I love it. So actually, speaking of lyrics, I want you to pick your favorite lyric from this song and tell us the meaning behind it.
Ooh, oh, okay. You know what? It has to be probably the end of the chorus where I say, I have this condition where I'm selfish for your love.
Mhm.
I love that lyric. I feel like that's one of my favorite lyrics I personally have written. I just like between like the syllables and everything. We'll get as I'm getting technical into it, but but I have this condition where I'm selfish for your love. It's basically just saying like, I am selfish for your love. Like, I can't help it. Like, I just want you all to myself, kind of like, it's a fancy way of just saying, I just want you all to myself, and I love that. I think it's a fun way to say that. And a lot of people can relate to that.
Hell yeah.
That's a really cute lyric, and it actually reminds me of, I'm not sure if you're familiar with them, but Lucky People by Water Parks. Did you catch that? It kind of reminds you of it, yeah.
Okay.
Oh
yeah.
All
right.
So
I
think that's super cool. It's one of my favorites. I love it so much.
We're Parksies. We compare everything to
We
Water
are.
Parks.
I'm sorry. It's a compliment. It's a huge compliment.
All for it. All for it. I was in a pop punk band, so I'm all for it.
Hell yeah.
Okay, good. So you kind of went into it already, but if you want, you can go a bit more in depth. Can you tell me where Headspace was while creating this song?
Yeah. So like I was saying, like I definitely wanted to show more personality. I feel like that's something I haven't really shown yet. And in my new music from this point on, that's something I feel like is really important to me, to be really personal. Like I've read so many, I've been listening to a lot of music, a lot of like country women, honestly. And every time I've watched interviews with them and like I've looked for their advice in writing, they always say like, be as real as possible. And the more real you are, the more people are going to connect with you and are going to be your fan, So like, that's kind of where my headspace was with this song. I was like, okay, I already did like the mushiness and the, the throw up kind of love. What about like the real stuff, like what about the real stuff? And that's kind of where my headspace was for this song. Let's get to the real stuff.
Oh yeah, get right into it. So what band or artist influence do you think you can hear the most on this track?
Ooh, okay. So I always throw around these two names because they're like my favorite. Cassidy Pope is like my girl. You know her from Hey Monday.
Okay.
You can't even put Hey Monday vibes in there. I would definitely say like a lot of people, once I say that, they're like, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense that that's your influence. Like, and I'm like, yep. I would say probably her and a little bit of Casey Musgraves, just like lyrically. I'm very into Casey. I probably would put those two together. Maybe like a dash of like, trying to think of another like rockish group right now. Probably like, I don't want to say Paramore. I don't want to say that, but there's a little bit of a rock flair in this too for me, which is, I guess, but Hey Monday really is that. I would say that if you were to put Casey Musgraves and Cassidy Pope and like Hey Monday, like, because Cassidy Pope now is different than Hey Monday before, like if you were to put those three things together, like you would get like Kelli Faith baby, just about,
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
All right. So this one should be super, super fast. Off the top of your head, I want you to describe this track for new listeners in 3 words.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
Fun, sexy, and lovey.
Oh, that's perfect. I love it.
So in that same train of thought, is there a certain feeling you want your listeners to have while going through this single?
I would love if when people listen to this song that they just feel as confident as I felt while singing it. Like confident in their own shoes to kind of put their heart out there, to wear their heart on their sleeve. If anything, as a musician, like that's definitely like a priority to me, is always to wear my heart on my sleeve, especially for my listeners. And if I want anybody to take anything away from my music, I definitely want them to be able to feel like they can wear their heart on their sleeve too, and like, feel free to feel whatever they want to feel and be confident in that, because you got to rock your feelings,
Hell yeah.
So true. So where do you see your project in the next 5 years, and are you working on anything new?
Ooh, yes, I am. So I'll answer the second part first.
Okay.
Working on new stuff. There may or may not. No, there will be. There's going to be a few more summer releases that I'm really excited about. You can keep your eyes out probably like end of June, beginning of July, maybe for something else. And then we've been working honestly on a lot of like singles. I haven't been thinking about an LP or an EP or anything. I'll be honest about that. I've been really focused on just like creating song by song by song, because I just want to mess around with my sound, trying to figure out where I want to go. And it's a lot of fun. Like, I never did that. Like, I put out an album before I even did singles, really. So like, this has been extremely fun, just to create a bunch of different singles and create different brands for them. I'm having a good time. In 5 years, you know, I always say, as like a joke but not jokingly, that I want to win a Grammy.
Hey.
For songwriting specifically, I mean, if it not as an artist, maybe even as a songwriter one day, but that's where I see myself in 5 years. I'm going to stick with that.
All right, speaking it into existence.
Hope to see you up there.
Yeah.
That's a dream.
So for the last couple questions, we're actually going to shift away from music and go straight to death row.
Boom.
So if you're on death row, what would your last meal be with a drink?
Ooh, with a drink.
With
My
a
last meal. Ooh, you know what? Can it be like, probably like a plate of Chinese food, you know, like chicken broccoli, sweet and sour chicken, fried rice, white rice, like all that good stuff, wonton soup, because I love Chinese food. That's my thing. And then my drink would probably be sangria of some sort, because sangria is my jam. That's a weird combo, Chinese food and sangria, but
Definitely.
that's probably would be my last meal, and that would be my last drink. Yeah.
Okay, good. So if you could live in one fictional world for a week, where would you live?
Ooh. Ooh. I would live in La La Land. Have you ever seen that movie? I would live in like that LA specifically. That's where I would live.
We haven't gotten that one, I don't think.
Been getting a lot of unique answers today.
That's my favorite movie, and like I just would love to just freely dance and sing, you know?
Yeah. So I have the honor of asking the last question, and every single person we've spoken to have said that it is the most important question.
Okay.
What's your favorite color?
Ooh, maroon.
Perfect.
It's a very good color.
Thank you. Thank you.
As I said, that's all the questions we have today. Is there anything that you would like to plug?
Well, if you guys want, whoever's listening, my new single, Can't Get Enough, is available on all music streaming platforms, and the music video is also available on YouTube. I think it's pretty cool. You should definitely check it out. Also, you can follow Kelli Faith Music on Facebook, or Kelli Faith on Twitter and Instagram. Follow me on Spotify, whatever you want to do. That'd be great.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, thank you for sitting down with us. It's been Kelli Faith, and we're the Good
Thanks for
Noise
having
podcast.
me.
Of course.
Of course, yeah.